Hi everyone, this is Driftwood speaking this time for a Gamerside Offline video, rather. And I'm here on my own today to present to you the first 30 minutes of Tunic, which comes out today. Today, if everything goes according to plan, which it never does, so the video will probably be late on YouTube as it won't be ready, as I'm actually targeting 4K, and it's probably not a good idea. So Tunic, there's a quick verdict and the upsides and downsides on the website if you're curious to read. It's not too long, so feel free to check the website, gamersite.com, and let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to show you the very beginning of the game, as I don't want to spoil anything, and I'm going to pretend I've never played it before. I'm just going to show you that I've completed the game in about 15 hours or so, and there's actually a new Game Plus save file that actually unlocks when you complete it. And this is my save from the Gamerside Offline video in French. So I'm going to start over and walk you through the world of Tunic, but I'm not going to say much because one of the, what I found very fun in the game was actually the discovery aspect, understanding and figure out what you have to do. And this will be done, it actually is done in a very, very smart way, which also brings me back to my younger years, my childhood, back when, well, you know, when you actually bought a game, it took a few months of convincing your parents, and you when you actually finally could get your hands on the game, you know, on the drive back home, you would read the instruction manual, or even in the toilets, like before you were allowed to really play the game for the first time. It was great. So you'll understand why I say that. So when you start the game, basically you know nothing about what's going on and who you are, other than you're a fox, and a very cute fox, for that matter. So you're going to explore the area. You could see here down there that there's a page, and it actually is an instruction manual page, and there are more than 50 of them to collect. And it's not just a collectible; it's something that you're going to need to understand the mechanics of the game, because that's where instruction manuals were actually about back in the days. So there's no real tutorial in this game. You're going to understand everything you can do by collecting those pages, and there will also be hints as to where you're supposed to go, what you're supposed to do, or what you can do. The interactions with the environment, or like some of the things you'll see on your path. And it's a bit cryptic, and sometimes probably for some people it'll be a bit too opaque, in a way, like you don't really know what to do, where to go. But that's also key to, I think, the game, is the idea that the community gets together and people talk about it and help each other and try to understand what's going on, what they're supposed to do. And actually, for the purpose of the review, the publisher opened a Discord for the press, and it was really, really nice to be able to actually share my experience, and to actually see what the others were doing, and the difficulties they were facing, and also the everything that they understood. Basically, they figured out, and I hadn't, or well, I don't know if I was very helpful, but I tried to help some of them too. I actually started playing the game a bit later because I was on vacation, to be completely honest, and I realized that I'm not playing as I should because I have no weapon yet. And if you played the demo on Steam, and I think it was also available for a short period of time on Xbox. Oh yeah, I have it, but I need to equip it. So you use LB. With LB, you have access to the menu, and then you assign the weapon or the object you have to one of the three buttons, so X, Y, B, and then you can use your first weapon, which obviously is not going to be very effective first, but soon enough we'll find a sword So in the beginning, you don't really know anything. So unless you play with the buttons and you realize, oh, if I press A, there's a dodge. Well, you actually could keep playing without dodging until you found the page telling you that you can dodge, but that's probably something that will not happen because usually people just try. So there are different things you will probably also find on your own in the beginning, like you can lock onto the enemies using the left trigger. And it's something that is quite common. So, but there are so many things that you don't really understand and that you don't realize you can do things. And the interaction manual pages will actually tell you. And that's brilliant. Honestly, I really find it brilliant. Not only because it brings me back to my childhood, because it's actually very clever. It's something that it's a game within the game, sort of, in a way. It's you have to understand the clues you see, and because the manual is not in English, I mean, some words are in English, but the rest is in some unknown language. It actually takes a bit of thinking to actually understand what you're supposed to do. So this shrine, as you can imagine, it's like a bonfire. It resets the world, and if you've lost some life, if your life meter is low, you're in good shape after this. You get everything. All your life gauge is plenty, and you can continue. So I know exactly what I'm supposed to do now, so that makes it easier. But in the beginning, you're more or less forced to do what I'm going to show you now, which is what I think was featured in the demo. So I found a key to a door that is going to take me to where is it? So down the stairs here. Yeah, so here you have signs sometimes. So the hero's graves is this way, and this is where I'm going to find the sword. But on my way to there, just in the next room, I would find my first manual page. So here's how it goes. So you have here is really the beginning of the adventure, and you have the game screen. So you have basic objectives, so like two main objectives, ringing the two bells, east and west. And in each part of the world, you'll have certain number of areas to explore or things to do, like beat the guard captain, for example, in the east, and explore the old house, the flooded well, the dark tomb, or the west garden in the west. But then you also have information about the game screen. So you have health points, obviously. Like I said, when your health is low, just go to the closest shrine and sure, the enemies will be back, but at least you'll have all your health and magic potions also that we'll find pretty soon too. There's a stamina bar, as you can see, and there are also magic points that you won't see in this opening of the game. And there's information about the stamina gauge also, because everything hurts way more when Foxy here is tired. So you have to pay attention to that. And you can zoom in and out. And you can actually see the screen, just like, I'm playing on a CRT screen, and it's I like the touch personally. So let's keep going. So combat is probably not what I prefer in the game. Not that it's bad or anything, but I played Death Door a little while ago on PlayStation 5, and I thought it was more satisfying, more dynamic. There was more pace to it, sorry. And so find it more to my liking, but again, might be just me. Because of the way the camera works, be careful and always look for hidden paths like this one. Sometimes it will take you to a chest. And it's always interesting because, well, you can find something like this, which is basically like in Dark Souls, a way to collect more. Well, they're not souls technically. I'm not too sure what they are. Let's call them souls because it's going to be easier for me. But I have 20 of them, and they will serve as a way to, well, buy things and do things. But again, I don't want to say too much, and I hope the other journalists will actually do just like me, and keep it very fresh for you, so that you don't you have to discover everything on your own, just like I did, and that was the real fun. So talking about combat again, so you can dodge, and you can lock on, then you find a sword, and there are other means to attack. Also, there's also a shield you can find on your way. You can probably also not miss it for a little while, but I guess it's possible, because then you're going to be more free to explore and to do things in the order you see fit, or you find actually. And the thing is, I showed you like a hidden path to a chest, but there are also shortcuts. So you have like the normal shortcuts, like in Dark Souls games and everything, where you need to you find a ladder or a rope, and it's going to make it easy to go back to the last shrine you found. But there are also actually shortcuts that are just hidden because of the way the camera works, but they're not blocked or anything. So which means technically, when you know they're there, and you play a second run, or you play you start a new game plus, for example, you're going to be able to reach some areas much faster because you're aware of those. And I guess you could probably find them if you stick to the walls and try to find if there is anything hidden there. Usually it didn't happen to me. When I found that, it was on my way back to the place you saw. I would say like the start area, if you will. But that's what I also found very smart, because it's well done, because you're going to find them, but usually when you need to go back where you started, but you could actually run into them anyway if you're just curious. So just another page here to check, which is about actually, it's the button layout. So it can come in handy. It's not too surprising again, because this is something that you can practice yourself before you even found the page. But there's also information about the possibility to run, which is something that I didn't know was possible first. So to do so, you need to dodge and then hold the button, the A button, and then you see that you will be able to run, and that it will not deplete the stamina bar, which is great, because obviously it's much quicker to travel this way than to just walk around. So let's continue. So another shrine, so serves as a checkpoint, so don't forget to do to activate it, because if you do die, you're going to go back to the one before, so you'll have to backtrack with all the enemies that in this case would actually be back, which makes sense. So those are a bit of a pain in the beginning, because there's no way to really protect yourself, because where you have no shield, and they throw projectiles at you, and that's the type of enemies that are what's difficult to handle. So those are pretty easy, but yeah, there's another one of those here, so you can change. And one thing that's important is, like, contrary to Dark Souls, I would say, as far as I can remember, there's no way that you cannot stop if you want to dodge or use your shield. The animation when you hit needs to be over. So it's not, you cannot interrupt what you're doing. So you do this and then you roll. You cannot force the dodging as you're trying to hit an enemy. So it's something to know, because, well, especially against bosses, it can be difficult to be reasonable and to just say, okay, just one hit and then I roll back. I just try to avoid like a fatal blow or something. So here I found something interesting. I'm going to continue. Actually, also there's a page here. So always look out for pages, because they're very important. Again, beginning, it's mainly basic tutorial. information, but then you're going to have clues as to where you're supposed to go and what, like I said, what you can do with the environment. So here is just basically being able to lock, and there's the invulnerability window, just like in a Dark Souls game again. And the fact that you can attack even when you don't have stamina, which is great. And there's a stability also element, especially when you use a shield. So yeah, like you learn about the different mechanics as you go, and this is also quite great because you're not really sure what to expect from the game. Aside from that, it looks like Zelda. So, but it's not the only inspiration. So it didn't really go well when I recorded the well, that was not very smart, or was it? When I recorded the French GSY Offline video, it didn't really go well because I was probably too much in a rush, tried to do things. So yeah, see, don't stay too close to them. Attack once, then back off and then continue. It's going better. I was actually in a hurry when I recorded the French version because I was supposed to pick up my kids at school. So I really was on a tight schedule and was on time, if you care to know, but I guess I didn't play very, very well. I don't know if you can actually hear the music here. Maybe I'll turn up the volume a little bit. But this reminds me a lot of the water level in Donkey Kong Country. If that rings any bell to anyone. Yeah, I'm that old. Yeah. This is not going to go very well, I think. Okay. So, as long as I wait, be patient also. And sometimes it's hard to be patient when you see that a boss has a lot of health, plenty of health, and you know it's going to take forever, and you'd like it to be quicker. But if you rush, you're going to get smashed to the ground, and that's usually not good because that's when it gets annoying. And the game can be a bit tricky. I mean, the really last part of the game, last third, I would say. There's I would say what I considered a huge difficulty spike, and it was a bit discouraging, especially when you're reviewing a game and you know you're supposed to be ready on time. And like I said, I couldn't start immediately when they sent the game, and they sent the game really early, which I'm really grateful for. But I was actually busy with I think completing the Gran Turismo 7 review, and then I was on vacation for about a week, and then I came back, so I started playing this game. But I was supposed also to review Siberia: The World Before, even though that's a completely different type of game and it's a lot more relaxing. It was not an easy thing to do. I'm not complaining, it was great. So here I found the sword, so I'm going to replace my wooden stick here, and I'm going to be able to now get to this chest. And I'm going to show you what I meant by just be aware that there are many things that are hidden and that the camera is making it more or less obvious. So here you can see there's a chest behind the wall, and actually the only way to get access to it is to come around here, find another one of these. It's going pretty well for now, Health is low, for sure. But I'm still on my 2 feet. So what's in there again? Can't remember, actually. It didn't go. Oh yeah, just a chest. And oh yeah, I remember. I'm going to... Oh, bombs. So nice. I can equip this. Could come in handy. And this, which is health. I'm going to use the shrine. And we're quickly going to... No, we're not going to go down there. I'll just... I think it's best if you just do it on your own. The idea was to simply... Ooh, that was not really wise. So, just like in the games that we've come to light by From Software, when there's more than one enemy, it can get tricky. Especially in the beginning, I would say. Although now with the sword, I should be fine. So I could explore the area a lot more than I'm doing right now, but I'm trying to keep it short. Mainly because and then there's maybe more chances for me to be able to... isn't there anything? No, maybe not. I know there's something that I should get. There's a potion somewhere. Oh yeah, I remember where. My first health potion. I'm going to need it. There's the first boss that you're going to see, and then that will be actually the end of this short presentation, and it should be pretty soon. So this way I'm sure that you're not going to get spoiled, and that there might be a chance that 4K will be ready on time for tomorrow for me. This is Tuesday for me, and it should be Wednesday for you. So I found something, and I don't know what it is at this moment. I do know now, but I need to find 3 of those pieces so that I get something in return. So this is going to bring down a ladder, which is nice because thanks to that I'm going to be able to go back to the shrine easily. So that's like a shortcut I'm going to be able to use if I die against the boss. But before I head to the boss, I'm going to take care of these 2 so I can finally get my hands on my first potion. And obviously when I use it to replenish the potions I found, I need to go back to the shrine. Just like in Dark Souls. So there's, Dark Souls, Zelda, obviously, and I guess some on the games too. And let's try and beat the boss then. Really the easiest one. Let's be careful, because there's this guy that I want to get rid of first. And ooh, that was close. No, that was not very smart. And there you go. So, believe me, I'm not saying I'm playing well now, but first time I tried, when I discovered the game, probably died a couple of times before I actually was able to beat him. Which is lame, I know, but well. So, let's continue. I'm going to find a second potion, if I'm not mistaken yet. And be able to... Oh, you can break everything if you need. Well, it's not if you need to, if you just want to collect a bit more, like, currency thing. And we're going to ring the East Bell. And here we have actually the information. It's pretty clear. Strike. There's a chest hidden here. There's a shortcut here. There you go. And And I know there are a few more things that I could have done in this first area to explore more, to get some more, it's not really experience, but the points that you see, the yellowish things we collect when we kill enemies, and open chests that again they work as souls, more or less. And the great thing is that when you die, you don't lose everything you carry, with you. You lose like 20 of them, around 20. So it's not really punishing in that respect. Although, like I said before, the last third of the game, the difficulty spike is pretty steep, I would say. And even there's one boss that had me actually annoyed me quite a lot at some point. Probably you could encounter this boss before I did. So I think when I actually met this guy, I was well equipped, but still it was difficult. So I found a pretty interesting page, because it's a map. It's actually a series of maps, just 2 maps here, but there will be more. But obviously, when you discover this, it doesn't make much sense. Here, you sort of recognize where you started, and where you are, because you can see actually where you are, which is can come in handy in this map, at least. Not in this one. You won't appear in this one, but those dungeons are much easier to navigate, I would say, overall. So yeah, like I said, that difficulty spike is a bit discouraging, I would say. Some people will maybe think it's a game that's too difficult for them, but there's a trick, actually, because there's in the options there's an accessibility menu, which I actually didn't check before completing my first game, because I didn't think I had any use, or there was anything useful for me in there. But there's actually a no fail mode, so that makes you invincible. So combat is not a problem anymore. And if you want a bit of a challenge, but you don't like the stamina bar or anything, you can also turn it off if you will. So obviously that's something that you're free to do or not. I don't think there's any shame in just giving up because a boss is too tough, or there's in the last third of there's something that I don't really like in games, which is you have to beat several waves of enemies. Happens once, and it actually is also quite tough. Some people might disagree when they play, but for me it was. So I think it's a great thing that it's possible to use those options, because then you know that you're going to be able to complete the game no matter what, and that you can still enjoy it, because there's again, it's a lot of fun to just explore, understand, and figure out what you're supposed to do to discover this world. And there's the post-game element again, which I'm not going to say anything about, but yeah, it will actually probably have people talk about it for quite a while in forums, and I think that was the point of the Discord for the press, which was to have people share their experience and help each other. And that was really interesting to see what people figured out that I didn't, or what they were trying to understand about the world, trying to also understand the this language, make sense of it in a way, trying to find like similarities, and maybe to translate it even. So yeah, that's a game I've enjoyed. There's a lot more depth to it than you could expect when you see that it's just another Zelda game. It doesn't surprise me that it took so many years, about 5 years to develop. And Andrew Schuldeis and the people who joined him after, I'm sure they've done an incredible work, really. So yeah, I don't know if you've liked what you've seen. Again, feel free to leave a comment and let me know if you have any questions. I will answer, but I will not spoil anything in the game, because I think this is how it's meant to be played. Like, you arrive and you're completely blind, and you're going to have to understand yourself. And you can sure use the help of your community if some of your friends are playing. I think that's also the best way to play the game and share your experience and explain to your friends what you understood and what they did. So yeah, give people hints. Don't give them the solution too fast. That would be actually how people were on the Discord and channel, and I think it was great because you could tell that everyone was trying not to ruin the experience for the others, and that was nice. So that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Did my best. Again, it's not always, easy or fun to do it on my own, but Daphne's not very comfortable in English, and well, as you know, if you remember Blim, he seems to have left the building, so he doesn't seem to be willing to be involved in anything anymore. I can't say anymore because I don't know anymore. Actually, I haven't heard from him in about a year, so that's all I can say, and I'm really sorry about it. But what can I do anyway? So that's it for me. I'm going to. I haven't even died, so I should probably die just to show you what happens, but I'm not gonna. Well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon for another video, I guess. Not too sure what will be the next game, but it's not going to be as busy as we'd like it to be, I guess, in the upcoming weeks. But there's at least GSY Tokyo next week that I'm curious to see, and hopefully we'll get it. I'm not sure we'll make any videos. I mean, we'll probably make gameplay videos, but I don't think you'll have to listen to me talk about it, or even Defton. But yeah, sure, if you have any ideas, things you'd like us to cover, again, just feel free to share on the website or on the channel. So until then, bye bye, and take care of yourselves.